Good day, gamers. Today, animations. So, we're going to create the animations for the enemy to go to the right, to the left, and then up and down. Now, note, because I'm using as far as my character as Ducko, and then I'm using the enemy from Sugarland, my sort of where I go might be a little bit specific to those choices. So, your project might be a little bit different depending on what choices you made as far as main characters and which enemy sort of models you use. But let's get started. So we're going to go ahead to the enemy, and this is going to be dealing with animations today. So we're going to go ahead and add a new component, okay? And we're going to add here where it says animator, okay? So this is going to be a component that eventually our code will reference, but for now we kind of got to set the stage. So we're going to go ahead and this might be a part where yours will be slightly different. So I'm going to go here where it says animation, and instead of going to any of the folders, I'm just going to put my what's called animation controller here. So I'm going to do a right click. I'm going to go here to create. I'm going to go to animation and then animation controller. And I'm just going to call this enemy. All right. We're going to then go ahead to our enemy object. We'll scroll down to that animator component, and then we're going to click and drag where it says here controller. And we'll be revisiting this in a bit, but let's go ahead then and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to now go ahead, make sure we've got the enemy selected. We're going to go to window, animation, and let's see, I always get these confused, and then animation. Yes, this is what we want. So if your screen is too small, you can just resize this. Okay, so we're going to create some basically animation clips of what frames we want our kind of like this character to cycle through when they're moving. Okay, because right now it doesn't matter which direction, it's just a kind of a static thing with our enemy. So we're going to go ahead and add some things to, I don't know, make it look good. So we're going to go ahead and let's go to, in this case here, the art. And for me, it's going to be Sugarland characters, and then there is our what's called our enemy sheet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and look to see. Actually, I'm going to create a clip here where it says, before I do that, I'm going to name the clip that we're going to be creating. So let's go here to begin animating, create an animation clip. And then I'm going to save this in my, this is fine. We'll go here to where it says assets and then animation. And I'm going to call this enemy left. Okay. Doesn't matter exactly where you put it, just make sure you know where it is. Okay, so now I've got sort of some things. These are going to be what are called, we're going to set our keyframes. So we're going to go ahead and I want to pick all of the frames of this and of these sort of sprites that are going to be dealing with the enemy going to the left. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to click. So, sorry, I'm going to click on the first one. Then I'm going to press and hold Control on my keyboard. So that's going to be the bottommost, leftmost button on my keyboard. I'm going to click on those four. Okay, I'm going to click and drag them after they've been selected to this enemy left. And now, if I go ahead and click on this play button, it's going to go through and it's going to go really, really quick because right now it's doing these keyframes 60 times a second. So I'm going to adjust that and I'm going to press it. I'm going to go ahead, press that control button again and use the zoom wheel on my mouse just to kind of see. I've got 4 frames and I could even skip through them. And you can see sort of what they look like when I kind of look at my enemy sprite there. But we're going to go ahead and we need to change the sample rate because we only have 4 pieces of we only have 4 frames. We need to slow that down. So we're going to go ahead and click on these dots. And we're going to say here where it says show sample rate. And we've got here, what did I just unclick it? Yeah, I wanted to, here we go, show sample rate. There we go. So whereas here samples, we want to set this to 4. And now when we click on it, sorry, it went back to what I didn't want it to do. Awesome, excellent. Samples 4. There we go. Now it's slow. Okay, cool. So The other thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna like, even though we have here enemy left as one of these things, like we have frames where it looks like the enemy is going to the left. Actually, we have also enemy right. Because this is just gonna be flipped, we're gonna go ahead and create a new sort of animation clip via these frames we just used for enemy left. So let's go ahead here, create new clip. Let's save it in the same spot. We'll call this enemy right. All right, and then uh, same for sprites we'd used before. And then what we'll do is I want to make sure I've got these. I would go here to add prop, or is it here? Yes, add property. And then we're going to go here to sprite renderer. And then I forget if it's flip X or flip Y. We're going to try flip X. Okay. And let's check this out. Make sure that that's selected for all of them. Yes, I did it. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh, make sure all of them are selected. Cool. And then make sure that sample rate is set to 4. And now let's play. And there we go. We have move right. We got 2 more clips to create. We did right, we did left. What do we think is left? Of course, up and down. So let's go ahead, create new clip. We'll call here this enemy up. Okay. And same process. So this is going to be him moving up. So we would just see his sort of back. So let's go ahead here to these 4 here. All right, and we'll add them, set that sample rate to 4. Enemy up. Now, one more clip, enemy down. And we've got 4 clips here of him moving down. Whoops. Okay, let's make sure that's good. And there we go. Okay, so next lesson, we will go ahead and work on coding this and configuring our animation controller. I wish you the best of luck. Great stuff, my dudes.